Assalamu alaikum. The usual question that the Asharis, the Habashis, keep addressing to us is this question: wasn't God without place before creating the place? Now, this question seems to be very logic, okay, philosophic. So we must say yes. This question is a kind of dictating question, because as if it's saying to you, you must say yes, isn't it? So it's not a question, as a matter of fact. But here we get the answer to this. First, God did not tell us where He was, how He was. He did not give us any details about what was before creating the seven heavens and the earth. And the important Islamic rule is this, that we don't talk about God. We don't give any detail that had not been given to us. So I'm not embarrassed to say there is no answer to this, as Allah did not give us details. Because among the most major sins in Islam is that you talk about Allah without knowledge. But those people, you have to know that those people are running away from what Allah told us about Himself. Because Allah told us that after He created the heavens and the earth within 6 days, then He went over His throne. So do you believe that Allah is over His throne? They'll be saying, it means He occupied the throne. He invaded the throne. So it wasn't under His control before creating the heavens and the earth in 6 days. It wasn't. See? And also another ayah in Surah Tabarak, Allah said, أَأَمِنْتُم مَّن فِي السَّمَاءِ Do you feel secure from the one who is in heaven? And notice here, in heaven doesn't mean that He is surrounded by the 7 layers of the sky or one of the 7 layers. No. He is in the heaven, that means He's over them. He's over the height. He's over He's in the height. That's the meaning of in as-sama. So those people, they'll say, no, His value is in heaven. What? So that means there is no God over His throne, as He mentioned repeatedly in the Quran. So those people are denying the Quran. So what is the statement they use? They say to you, Allah was before the place, and He is as He used to be before the place. Or they say to you, He is existed without place. Place. Did Allah mention anything about that? No. The Prophet? No. Companions? No. What was the belief of the companions, the followers of the companions? They used to be believing that Allah is in the height over His throne. And there was a tiny cult that was established at the time of the Tabi'een, the followers, the generation after the companions. And they used to be denying Allah's highness over His throne. And so those followers of the companions, they refuted them. They disproved them. Allah's value is in the height. We know there is no disagreement about that. What was the disagreement between the Salaf and those people about the highness of honor? They all agree that Allah is high in honor. So when Allah said to Isa, I'm raising you up to me, that means I'm raising your honor to be like my honor equally. So if Allah goes down in the last third part of the night, offering His forgiveness and mercy, so if Allah goes down, that means His value goes down also? Look, if you say Allah's highness means the value, that means when He goes down, His value goes down. Because He doesn't go down by Himself, but His value will go down. You see, this is the consequence of manipulating Allah's attributes. What do you say about that? They say, the thing that goes down in the last part of the night is Allah's mercy. So at the daytime there is no mercy. There's no mercy. The mercy is only limited to the last third part of the night. Other than that, no mercy. Wait until the next night. No mercy. Allahu Akbar. Allah's mercy is limited to that only narrow period of time. See, those liars, when they ever manipulate, they'll be caught and they'll be contradicted. Take note that the Asharis, they use the name Ash'ari after the name of Abu Hasan al-Ash'ari himself, who himself repented and declared that he follows Ahmad ibn Hanbal as a model of faith for him. So those Ash'aris are supposed to be Hanbalis. The other thing is, Al-Ash'ari himself, Abu Hasan al-Ash'ari, he refused this idea that Allah istawa, that means he occupied the throne. According to the book Tabyin Kadhib al-Muftari for Al-Hafidh ibn Asakir, the closest one to Abu Hasan al-Ash'ari, who knows best about what was his belief, especially after he repented to the Sunni way. He says that Abu Hasan al-Ash'ari refused this manipulation of Allah's being over the throne. He refused what they said, that he occupied the throne. That's in the book Tabyin Kadhib al-Muftari, page 150. And today the Ash'aris believe in this. And Ash'aris nowadays, they believe that Allah went over the throne. That means he occupied the throne. That means it became under his control after creating the seven heavens and earth. Such belief, which is the exact belief of Mu'tazila, as this book Tabyin Kadhib al-Muftari proves, page 150. Abu Hasan did not accept that manipulation. What does it mean? That means the poison of Mu'tazila penetrated the madhab of Ash'ari. This is very obvious. This is very clear. Ash'aris should know that there are many remnants of Mu'tazili Jahmi beliefs remained in their madhab, in their cult, according to the confession found in the book Fath al-Bari. There, Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, he said that Abu Ja'far as-Sumnani, the leader of the Ash'aris, he confessed that the bases of Mu'tazila are still remained in the madhab al-Ash'ari, especially the methodology of philosophical metaphysic belief of those Greek philosophers, that this philosophy is still in the madhab Ash'ari. This is an important confession, as you find it in the book Fath al-Bari, volume 1, page 70. This is a confession that the Ash'aris are still suffering the remnants of Mu'tazila in their madhab. So don't forget that claiming that Allah is over his throne, it means he occupied it. Now that gives the same attributes of human being, because they are attributing a power of Allah after weakness. Because before creating the heavens and the earth, the throne was out of Allah's control. It was in the control of someone else. After Allah created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, then he became controller of the throne. That's what they say, and that's what it means. Let's get back. So they say Allah was without place and now he is as he used to be. That is opposing the Quran, because Allah said that he created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and right after that he went over the throne. Now you say that he stayed as he used to be, but the Quran did not say He stayed as he used to be, but he said, after he created the heavens and the earth, he went over his throne. So they invented that phrase in order to contradict what Allah said repeatedly in the Quran, that after creating the heavens and the earth, he went over his throne. He didn't say, and he stayed as he used to be. That's a lie. And everybody, after watching this, they have to contradict these people, saying to them, how dare you say that Allah, after creating the heavens and the earth, he remained as he used to be. But Allah did not say he remained. He said he went over his throne. You see the difference? That's why those people don't like us, because we can expose them. And logically, we don't insult. We don't need to insult. We don't need to get angry. We show them the fact. So it seems that Allah did not care, did not consider, disregarding anything called philosophy, Aristotle or Aflaton, these are the bases and the sources of those people. And a matter of fact, the scholars like Shafi'i, Ahmad, Abu Hanifa, Malik, all of those scholars, they strictly forbade this, what we call today, ilmul kalam, the science of argument. They call it science, which is not science to me. In a matter of fact, they said that we learn it to defend Islam against those attackers, but it turned to become an attack against us, who base their belief on the book and the sunnah and the understanding of Salaful Ummah, the companions and those who came after them. So saying, isn't it true that God was before the place and now he is as he used to be without place? This question is false question. Why? Because we believe what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught us to be. If it's a matter of faith, Allah would have been revealing its details to the Prophet ﷺ, or reveal it in the Quran, as he detailed to us. Look, those people, they're asking us about things that Allah did not detail, yet at the same time, they are denying what Allah detailed in the Quran, that He is over the throne and that He is in the height in as-sama. If you said to them, do you believe that? Wallahi, it took long with me, with one of those Asharis, saying to him, just say Allah is in as-sama, as He said about Himself. He say, don't teach me kufr, don't teach me disbelief. Allahu Akbar. I'm telling you what Allah said in the Quran, and He say, don't teach me disbelief. So, whose belief is this? It's the belief of the Jahmiyyah, the Mu'tazila, the Shia, in the book Akhbar al-Zaman, and even in Al-Kafi, that He was, and while there was not place, there was no place, so He created the place, etc., etc. Okay, this is in the book Akhbar al-Zaman for Al-Mas'udi al-Shi'i. He's the one who detailed these beliefs. In Nahj al-Balagha you'll find that. In the book of Al-Kafi you'll find that. So, it is not by the Salaf, no, it's by the Shia and those misguided cults. The other thing is, they say to you that they claim that it's hadith or something. They say that Allah was when there was no place and He is now on what He used to be. Who said it? Look, Allah was while there was nothing before Him, yes. That's authentic narration in Sahih Bukhari. Before Him. There's another narration with Allah was when there was nothing other than Him. This narration, it is authentic, but there's a problem in the text. That's why the first narration is more authentic than it. Why? You may ask me why. Because both narrations, they continue saying, and His throne was on the water. So Allah is talking about this world when it was created, when there was nothing. Allah's throne was there, and the throne was on the water. So this hadith proved that there was throne and water before the creation of the heavens and the earth. So you can't use that. Now, let's get to the second phrase of this false hadith. Allah was without place, and He is now as He used to be before. And he is now as he used to be before. Ibn Hajar, in his book Fath al-Bari, volume 6, page 289, he said, this edition, quote, and he is as he used to be, unquote. This edition had not been mentioned in any book of hadith. It has no basis in any book of hadith. Ibn Hajar continues. It was the eminent scholar Ibn Taymiyyah who notified this. Allahu Akbar. And he is believed. He is confirmed about what he notified. Now, this has two benefits. Number one, that this fabricated narration, it has no basis. It has no existence in the book Hadith. Where did you get it? Oh, Asharis. From the Mu'tazila. By the way, the Asharis have a lot of similarities, and I have proved them in my book, the Encyclopedia of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, which is available online. In this book, there's a whole chapter about the similarities of belief and doctrine between the Asharis and the Mu'tazila. All are documented. And the evidence is with every line I wrote. Okay? So they have inherited partly, I'm not going to say 100%, no, there are disagreements, but there are agreements. They have inherited half of the Mu'tazili belief, which is nowadays, you can say, for example, where are the Mu'tazila today? The Ibadis and the Shia. This is your source of doctrine. Ibn Hajar is praising Ibn Taymiyyah, and he's proving to you that this so-called Ahlus Sunnah belief has nothing, has no existence. So, don't forget, if somebody said to you, Allah was without place, and now He is as He used to be. Wait a minute. You have to tell him this. Is the throne place? Yes. The throne is place, isn't it? Yes. And Allah said that He's over that place. Yes, He said it. So, what do you tell me now? Look, you are between two now. Between Allah and Aristotle and Aflaton. Where do you go? Sadly to say, it is so sadly to say that many decide to manipulate what Allah said in His book for the favor of this ancient Greek philosophy. We may say to you, that means God needs the place. No. It doesn't mean, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala went over His throne, it doesn't mean that He needs the throne. Because He is the creator of the throne. So He doesn't need the throne. As He created the angels, and He's using them for certain tasks, and He can do these tasks by Himself without angels. So creating angels for certain tasks, it doesn't mean that Allah needs them. And going over His throne, it doesn't mean that He needs the throne. So this is a very important thing. Whenever they say to you, Allah was without place, and He is as He used to be, tell them, you are opposing the Quran. You are charging the Quran to be a lie. Why? Because Allah did not say, and after creating the heavens and the earth, He became as He used to be. He said, after creating the heavens and the earth, within 6 days, He went over His throne. This is the thing that you deny and you try to avoid. You don't believe in it. You will be asked at the Day of Judgment about this book. Did you agree with it or you disagree with it? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.